So, as we say that, we roll out for the Wash World TQ feature here tonight. And we get set for the grids, and it's going to be the two Morrisons off the front. Cole Morrison off pole position with Ben Morrison in the 97A on the outside of him. Then we go down to the Rotorua man, Terence Durrell, out of 3 with Scotty Baker out of 4. Then we go back to Peter Honeybell. He'll be starting out of grid position number 5 in the 39A with Aaron Humble in the 46A out of 6. Then we go back to the 4th row with Dylan Cook in the 8A and Troy Pennington starting out of 8 in the 4A. Then we go back to Regan Tyler in the 56A. He'll be out of 9 with Harry Hodgson, the youngster, out of 10 in the 19A. Then we go back to grid position number 11 to Bryce Pennington in the 51A. And Sean Cook starting on the outside of him out of 12. Then we go back to grid position number 13 to Sol Smith in the 32A with Dana Lowry on the outside of him in the 21A. Then Jaden Bush in the 11A, he'll be starting out of 15 with Nathan Borrer in the 12A, he'll be starting out of 16. Then we go back to Kate Krashinsky in the 25A out of 17. Then we go across to the rookie Roy Crawford in the 10A. Then we go back to 19 to number 1298965 starting out of 19, and that's number question mark. It's a late entry here for the Wash World TQs, if you're trying to work that out. And I think that's, that might, did anyone see Graham Standring running around the infield with a transponder strapped to his back pocket? He's, I think, you know, back in the day when Graham was running midgets and TQs, I think that pole line there, Graham, that bunker that you're in, is that the pole line that you're standing on right now? As the lights are out around Lucas Oil Western Springs Speedway, and we get set to turn them loose here for 15 laps. The two Morrisons off the front row. Let's wait and see, is it going to be the KP Tanksman or the Bearing Supplies, number 36, and we go green for 15. But it's going to be the 97 man that leads them down into minus turn number 1 for the opening lap. Here comes Scotty Baker. You can never discount him. He's essentially the Mike Pickens of the Wash World TQs. Never write him off from your feature race. And he's got his eyes set onto the back of Morrison now. Then we go back to the 22R machine now as well. But burst fuel tank there.
Yeah, to be honest, it's the first time I've all like that. I was involved in an incident once when I was on fire in the cockpit. Nothing like that. That's the first time. So usually these cars run methanol fuel, and methanol fuel doesn't have a flame that you can see. So I'm going to predict that was he's running either on some high octane pump gas for it to ignite and to go like that, or it was an oil fire, but more likely the pump gas has caused that amount of flames in that amount of short time. And he was just unlucky. He was coming from further back and just didn't quite see what was going on ahead and tagged everything. So let's hope we've got a replay of that. That was really quite something. Back to you guys upstairs.
Thanks very much there, Graham. But just quickly from a technical standpoint, what's the rules and regulations around pump gas and methanol here at the TQs as well, Graham? Can you give us more information on that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
So as far as the rules and regulations go for the TQs, are you allowed to both run methanol and pump gas, or what's the ruling around that here in the TQ category?
As far as I know, they are allowed to run both, but that was probably a couple of seasons ago, so more recently I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, got the singed driver here. I'll just see if he wants to have a chat. Mate, that was pretty scary.
Yeah. I'm just so mad, man. Like, that shouldn't happen like that.
No, sometimes it shouldn't happen, but in fairness to everybody else there, you probably weren't watching far enough ahead because every other car seemed to miss him, and then you just tagged it. But one of those unfortunate things, for sure. But the main thing is, man, I've never seen you get out of a car so fast.
Yeah, I don't think that's my fault, bro. Like, they water the top before a race like this. Like, the TQs are trying to get up there, put on a show, and this is what we're given. Like,
they hadn't watered the track before your race, so no, they didn't. You've got it wrong, I'm afraid. Thanks.
Awesome work, Graham Standering, getting all the scope down there. And as we know, race car drivers are never wrong, but unfortunately in this case to see that Regan managed to get out of that car. There he is, climbing out unscathed. And that's it's a long time since we've seen a fire like that down here at Lucas Oil Western Springs Speedway. And here we go, we see another angle there. So checking out the 88, we see the contact here. He goes high, he tries to chop down to the inside, just manages to... So we see the fuel trail there and the car that pulled to the inside. So it's potentially the fuel out of the 10 on the infield that pulled off, as well as the Scotty Baker machine. So we're going to have to wait and see. Was it some magical fuel down there out of the Baker and the ex-Baker car there, Graham?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the camera guy here, James Selwyn, and he's got some awesome fun.
Over the years, he almost rolls his ankle as he's jumping down on the ground, and credit where credit's due. I know the racing incident happened to be what it was, but he got out in one piece. His race suit is singed and rather sad on the left-hand side. That isn't him right there, but there's some great photos there from James Selwyn. No doubt James will have those on Facebook later tonight on James Selwyn's photography page on Facebook. There we see him getting out of the car. So testament to, as we say, the safety equipment and the safe cars that are built, generally speaking, locally here in New Zealand. And there's that tail tank. So just looks like it ruptured. It doesn't even look like there was any actual heavy damage. And it does look like it was fuel out of the back of the 88 machine. And then it looks like it was the ruptured fuel tank of the 56 as well. So looks like both had a part to play in contributing to that. So the 88's parked down at minus turn number 1 on the infield. So he's over there. So just if we lift the camera up and pan straight forward, we'll probably catch the 88 just above this. And Graham Standring's down there. And Graham, can you see anything just quickly? Obviously there's Jaden Bush's car, but can you see anything from where you're looking right now, mate?
Yeah, the fuel tank has unmounted, so it's just come off its what appears to be its mount. Just put it in there. No, the fuel tank's quite there, but certainly that's the area of the flames. If we come bring the camera around here, like how hot it was in the cockpit, all his gauges and everything are melted. Everything that was plastic is melted. This is a seat belt, and that has melted as well. So it was, as we saw, immediate and very, very vicious. So even right down as far as like the wheel, everything, just having a look under the bonnet, double check that there's nothing going on.
And we ended up with our Inferno there. So we've got another action replay of this one here, brought to you by J.A. Russell. So we know that it started with the incident with the 88 and the 36 getting into the side of the tail tank. It slides in there, half spins Scotty Baker around, almost tries to get it going. Here we go, pulls in the clutch, and away we go. But by that time, Regan Tyler, so there's the fuel trail. And then we see Jaden Bush gets into the hard side of the 56. And then we see, looks like Krasinski managed to get her way through that as well as the burning ring of fire, so to speak, down here at Penrite turn number 3, and manages to come out of that one okay. So unfortunate end to the night, and potentially the season there to the 56A machine of Regan Tyler. So Graham Standring got all the answers out of the driver there, but unfortunately had something else to say. And Graham Standring is a man of many words, and he's been there and done that and knows a thing or two about Speedway. I think we can all agree with that. And unfortunately for the 56 man of Regan Tyler, maybe just saw it a little bit differently, and unfortunately it was the incident with Scotty Baker that initiated all of that. So heat of the moment, race drivers, we all do it. And unfortunately, he was the man that is going to have it hurt his back pocket the most. But hey, once again, it's back to these drivers on the front row. Cole and Ben Morrison, the KP tanks versus the Bearing Supplies machine. Lights are out around Lucas Oil Western Springs Speedway. We get set to turn them loose once again. Fireworks, sparks, and flames fly here at Lucas Oil Western Springs Speedway, but it's going to be the 97 KP Tanks machine that gets the jump down into minus for the first time. Watch out, here comes Troy Pennington in the Cook Street Placemakers machine around the outside of Aaron Humble. He wants his piece of the pie, and he's right in there, and Peter Honeybell's giving him a hurry up right behind that as well. So don't discount this. These drivers are fierce. They all want that podium. They've all been working hard for it, equally so. And I I think we can all agree that pretty much any driver in the top 10 in this Wash World TQ field could be in contention to win this one. But at the moment, it's the 97 man out front, Morrison. The 36 bearing supplies machine of Cole Morrison has nothing for him. The 22 in third position. A great, nice racing here for the man out of Rotorua. Then we go back to Aaron Humble, Peter Honeybell, and Troy Pennington. Then we go back to the 8 of Cook in there. Then the second of the Pennington cars of Bryce Pennington in the 51. So pretty much you can throw a blanket over these top 10 cars with only 10 laps left to go. 5 laps under green flag conditions under our bouts here right now. But at the moment, it looks like the 36 of Morrison is starting to fight back now and closing in. So you can't rule out this one. Aaron Humble is the only driver that is moving forward at the moment. He's in the 4th spot, working his way forward. But at the moment, it's the 22-man out of Rotorua that's managing to prevail and hang in there. Peter Honeybell is not giving up on this one. Neither is Troy Pennington. One little slip up from any of these drivers. It's two the two Morrisons way out in front. Then we go back to Terrell and the 22R still leading Humble. 7 laps to go for the 2 Morrison cars way out front. All these drivers, these battle packs all starting to spread out. It's a battle for the lead at the moment. The 36 of Morrison trying to get up the inside. Can't quite make it stick. Trying to find a little bit of drive on that pole line. Cole Morrison, don't ride him out of this one. He moves up the racetrack, intentional or not, but he's got that car dialed. The 97, Ben Morrison seems to have the measure, but it's hard to know. Anything can happen, as we've seen in the TQs all night. Brought to you by Wash World. Doral still hanging on to that 3rd spot from Aaron Humble. Peter Honeybell seems to have just dropped back a little bit from this pack now. He's got to be careful because he's got the 2 Pennington cars. Troy and Bryce are still in the mix for this one. This is Humble and Doral duking it out for 3rd and 4th on track at the moment. Still no change to our leaders. In fact, it looks like the 97's actually jumped away. Ben Morrison has got a decent gap against Cole Morrison now. Doral still leads. This is what we're watching on screen at the moment. Aaron Humble trying to go the long way round, but it's too far. And Doral just seems to get too good of a drive off minus turn number 2 and just gaps away. Looks like Humble is fast in, but slow out. But we're only 2 laps to go. What are we going to see while this is going on? Honeybell has got a little bit closer. And in the process, it's dropped Bryce Pennington. In fact, we've got one slowing down at minus turn number 1. So that's Troy Pennington. Try getting to the inside, and it looks like he's going to get that car pulled off. So with only 1 lap left to run here for our leader on the front stretch, looking to come round in the lap traffic. But it is going to be the 97 of Ben Morrison that takes the win for the Wash World TQ feature here tonight. 2nd place will go to the 36 man of Cole Morrison. And then it looks like we're going to have to go to the camera there to work out who exactly took that 3rd spot. Or we can just go to our results here at Luxor Western Springs Speedway to find out. But to confirm, it's Ben Morrison who takes the win from Cole Morris. And then we go back, it is Terrence Doral that takes the 3rd place spot on the podium. Aaron Humble 4th, Peter Honeybell 5th, and Bryce Pennington rounds out our top 6.
gets out of the car. I was talking to Wayne Denovan in Brisbane this afternoon, and he picked Ben Morrison as the winner for the feature. So, Mr. Excellent, Wayne Denovan. Ben, you were predicted as the winner from Australia this afternoon by Wayne Denovan, former New Zealand TQ champion. But that was a fantastic drive, and at one stage in the middle of the race, it looked like you'd gone into protection mode when you saw Cole Morrison coming.
Yeah, well, me and Cole, family, we all want to beat each other as much as each other. So I got to jump him off the start, which I was really hoping to. He got off me on the dash, so I kind of got one back on him there. We're having a bit of a giggle on the red over there about me jumping the start and he jumped the start on the dash. But this KP Tanks rocket was fast all night. We got good heat results and ran second in the dash, and then got a good start and just got in front. And these FK shocks on this thing this year, they've made a massive difference. And I was just adjusting a little bit in the car as we went along, and the car almost felt like it was getting better and better as the race went on.
Yeah, you certainly checked out from mid-race distance to the end of the race. So, ladies and gentlemen, winner of the TQ feature tonight, Wash World TQ feature, the nearest Wash World at St. Luke's, of course. The Wash World TQ feature, Ben Morrison.
Cheers, thank you.
So we check out the donuts here from the 97 man of Morrison, and what a successful victory it was. He had the upper hand on Cole Morrison the entire way. The KP Tanks number 97 of Ben Morrison gets the job done here at Luxor Western Springs Speedway.